This is Sherry Rendell, and I am Affairs Director of State and Local Engagement. I'm here with Rancher John Ladd. He is in Cochise County. I hear you have a visitor in your county today. Vice President Kamala Harris is down there.
Yeah, she's about 35 miles east of me in Douglas, Arizona. Well, I tell her that her and Biden's program is an absolute disaster, and 12 million people come in illegally minimum, and it's going to ruin America if you keep letting it happen. Well, we've had cars and trucks stolen too, but they're letting people in, and we don't have any asylum seekers here. These people that we're getting are wearing full camo and carpet shoes. They have baklavas on their face, and they're being guided by a cell phone. And Border Patrol and our sheriff have estimated that they're only catching 1 out of 3. So 2 out of 3 are getaways. And we don't know who they are. We've had up to 27 different nationalities of illegals come through our ranch. It's just everywhere, and 24 hours a day we've got somebody coming. And the numbers are right now for about the month of September, they're catching about 30 illegals a day on our ranch.
On your ranch alone?
Yes. And that's down quite a bit. We've been very hot this summer. I think that's part of the reason it's down. But they're smaller groups, they're full camo, but they're from one end of the ranch to the other. It's not like it used to be where they had the certain trails they'd be on, but they're just everywhere you want to look, you'll find 2 or 3 illegals trying to get north.
And how is that impacting your cattle?
Well, they're being chased all the time, and then cutting fences, breaking water lines. That's the biggest thing, is spending 50% of my time checking things to make sure the fence isn't cut and I'm not having 10,000 gallons of water running out on the ground. But
in the desert.
Yeah. And it's 90 some degrees today. It's still hot down here. But it just spend a lot of time making sure that my cows are on the ranch. And these people don't want to get caught. That's the big thing is you still have to pay attention to where you're at and worry about what are they going to do, but they don't want to get caught, so that's a good thing. They're not going to come up to you. They're not coming to the house, but they're still here. And these people, they don't have any respect for anything, but they don't want to be seen and they don't want to be caught, so they're avoiding any place that they might be seen.
How is what's going on now differ from 4 years ago when President Trump was in office?
Well, Donald Trump had the border figured out, and we would get maybe 20 a month during Trump's presidential term. And they were staying in Mexico, waiting for asylum. It was tolerable. I mean, we thought that immigration problems were over, and we thought Donald Trump would have a second term, and it did not happen. But Donald Trump's 4 years is the best it's been in the last 30 as far as the border's concerned.
And where you are, if I remember correctly, you have that big, huge, tall fence on your property. But yet there were some parts where there was technology that was put in that was never finished.
That's right. We have Donald Trump's 30-foot wall, and that's finished. We don't have any gaps, but the technology is not finished, and the road on the border is not finished. And we've had a contractor doing the annual maintenance and everything, but the biggest thing was Biden has got our Border Patrol agents from our station processing illegals from other parts of the state, so we don't have very many agents patrolling the border. And without boots on the ground to apprehend these people, they're climbing the wall on the south side with a 30-foot ladder. Then they have a rope that they drop down in on our side, and then they get to the highway. Then we're dealing with load vehicles coming out of Phoenix and high-speed chases, and it's just completely out of whack with the 4 years of Donald Trump.
It sounds like it's a constant thing down there.
It
When you
is.
go when you go from 20 a month to 30 a day, that's a
Yep.
big change.
You bet. No, and we're not giving up, but I have no confidence in what's left of Biden's term, and Harris has no clue of what she's deliberately letting these people in to change the demographics of America. She's flying people in from Venezuela, and then our governor's flying people out of the state to reunite them with their family that's already in America. And she spent $300 million on transportation for illegals. I don't get it. She's been talking the same campaign promises Trump is, and we heard her the other night said she's going to finish the wall. And anyway, that's politics as far as I'm concerned.
You
If
want
I
to say
saw Kamala Harris today, I'd tell her take notes from what Donald Trump did to secure the southern border.